Why and how Armenians were backstabbed by their own in the Nagorno Karabakh conflict against Azerbaijan. The family that owns the bankers of the City of London are the owners of over 52% of the Chinese corporations. They are the real builders of the Chinese economic success. This family has always played both sides for centuries and has financed wars from multiple sides in order to generate profits. We need to understand that they represent a cabal or the pyramid that has no religious reasons when they manipulate the world. They financed during the war between France and England both sides and made phenomenal profits. Macron used to work for their bank before he got put in place by the same family in politics, and later they made this unknown little man the president of France from nowhere. Holland, as the president of France, was paid to clean up all the competition in order to get Macron elected. It was mission accomplished when Francois Fillon got into legal trouble as the favorite candidate to win the French elections. They eliminated Nicolas Sarkozy as well in order to clean up Macron's way for the second election with the help of the CIA because Sarkozy did not want to play nice with the US. The ruling family from the City of London found this Armenian named Pashinyan and helped him win and become the president of Armenia with the help as well of Macron and the US against the wishes of Putin. Russia, Putin has always protected Armenia, but he was betrayed by this new PM who was representing the interests of the US against him. Putin decided to remove his protection from the Armenians and told Erdogan, the president of Turkey, that Nagorno Karabakh was a fair game for Azerbaijan. They had common interests as well with Erdogan in many different areas. Iran was the only problem in this conflict because they were the only nation helping the Armenians against Azerbaijan due to their own internal issues with the large population of the Azerians in Iran. As much as you can never trust the French, the same goes with Iran. They are specialists in backstabbing. Armenians were pushed into this conflict trusting the corrupt Armenian PM, Pashinyan, by the French via Macron and the US. Armenians with their very poor army and weapons were sitting ducks with their Russian tanks against the Turkish drones. The 188 Armenian tanks were destroyed within a couple days by the Turkish drones fighting on behalf of their close cousins from Azerbaijan. Armenians were humiliated and had to escape with their tails between their legs because of their corrupt PM, Pashinyan. Israel played a major role as well against the Armenians by supplying their kamikaze drones and other electronic warfare to Azerbaijan. Money buys, but it was also very strategic for Israel to help Azerbaijan win the war and clear up the Silk Road by removing the Armenians from Nagorno Karabakh. As I wrote earlier, the builders of the new China were from the same family as the bankers of the City of London and Israel. Pashinyan was very scared for his life when the Armenians started to wake up and he went into hiding for a while. It seems that the Armenians were still gullible, or their corrupt government and leaders who were paid off by the same people did not prosecute and hang Pashinyan. Pashinyan once more tried to go against the accords between Azerbaijan and Armenia concerning Nagorno Karabakh. This was done on purpose because they wanted to clean up the area from the Armenians and start their roads and infrastructure build-up in the region for the Silk Road going from China to the UK. They paid off the Iranian government, which was having its own internal issues, and thanks to their Russian allies they convinced the Iranian regime to backstab the Armenians and pull their help. Now, Armenians were hanging all alone and they on the mercy of Erdogan and Azerbaijan. They had to get out of Nagorno Karabakh as soon as possible. The US with their chess players from Washington, D.C. was checkmate. They lost the area and a major power balance in the Middle East. The most important item that nobody speaks about is the large project of the ex-USSR countries that were ethnically Turkish origins like Azerbaijan. Erdogan and Turkey won an amazing victory in building this new union of Turan's countries and their army with over 300 million population. Now you have a new power balance in the region, which is a danger as well for the Chinese and the Russians. They will need to play nice with them and make sure that China and Russia will cooperate economically in the region. I predict Iran, Israel, and Pakistan, which are not ethnically Turkish, will join the new Turan's union for transactional reasons and control. The end of the US empire has already happened and the real new power is in Asia. Turkey is not interested in EU and NATO as much as they are not telling it officially. Erdogan is a great master chess player who has put to sleep all his enemies, including the US, with their sanctions that turned out the best thing that has ever happened for Turkey. Turkey is now able to produce almost 90% of its military weapons locally, and very soon they won't need the F-16s that the US is playing games with using the US Congress against. Biden thinks that he is very smart. Actually, Turkey has been playing to catch up in order to get their own fifth-generation fighters.